All right, we'll be starting here shortly with Raed Shabib versus David Smith. I believe this should be a pretty good match, so I'm looking forward to seeing it and hope you enjoy the match. He's just, this is Raed right now warming up. All right, David's here now. I'm not sure if he's going to warm up or not. He actually just finished a match, so I don't know how much warm up he needs. They've already flipped to see who breaks. So hopefully we'll get started here pretty quickly. Okay, this is David up to break first here. David Smith, a really good player in this area. Nice break, and he does have a shot on that one ball, but that's a narrow opening to that pocket from there. See if a different angle tells the story a little better. But so he should be able to just make this and roll the cue ball up just a little bit for the two next. I think he rolled it a little bit further than he would have liked to. He's bringing that 9 into play just a little bit. I don't think he's really shooting up. Well, no, he's not even shooting over it, so it's fine. But I think he would have bridged a little bit differently if the 5 had not been there, and I do believe it looked like he had a long bridge, and I think that's what kind of caused him to miss that shot. Now this is Raed Shabib here, and I don't think he could see this ball directly, but it should be pretty easy to hit the rail just before the ball and then just spin it into it. So you just got to make sure he holds it there for the 3 ball, which he did well. Now he's got to decide how he wants to attack this. As far as, I mean, making the 3 is easy, but getting back on the 4 ball, he's just got to decide. He's probably going to come like this and back over here. Yeah. So just to keep things easy. And now he's got to contend with that 9 ball and getting in the way of his next shot. So he's thinking of just babying this 4 into the pocket, I think, and taking the really tough shot on the 5. But Oh, he did a great job of spinning it off that rail. But when you put all that inside English on there like that, it causes you to do that kind of thing. It makes the shot a lot more difficult, and it makes it stand up. It makes the ball hit into the pocket and wobble back and forth and stand up there. So from here, David has a pretty easy out. So he actually he needs to end up right here in this area. So I'm thinking if I were shooting this, I'd probably come this way toward it, but he's just going to come straight down the line. I don't like doing that because, well, if he's shooting for the side pocket, that's okay, but I kind of feel like he overran the shot. But it's definitely easy from here. I mean, he was going to be out regardless on that one, regardless of which path he took, I think. Now he's got a little bit of goofy angle, so he may have to hit this a little hard and make it come off of the side rail a little bit. No, he created something off of that one. Easy shot here, but it always adds a little bit of difficulty when you're sitting against the rail like that. Nice run. So the score will be 1-0 David Smith's way in a moment. Or it is now, but you'll see it on the score here in a moment. There we go. All right. Yep, the wing ball went right in the corner. And 3 balls on the break and a shot on the 1 ball. Now he's got a couple of ways to attack this. I suppose he'll just draw it straight back. Maybe drag it off the rail a little bit. Just got to make sure he doesn't overdo it. I was playing with this, playing on this table a little bit earlier, warming up, and it was you could draw the balls really easily, and so I was a little afraid he might overdraw the ball, but it looks like he could have come a little bit more. It might have back a little bit more. Now he's got to be careful going back and forth that he avoids the scratch, for one thing, where his hand is now. And to do that, he really made sure he did not scratch, so he overcut the ball. Now he's got kind of a difficult shot here. I believe that 6 ball is in the way for making the 4 directly into the corner where the 6 is. It may go. Okay, he is going into the other corner pocket. And I got a feeling he's running. No. I thought he might run into that 9 ball the way he was queuing up there. But also, it also looked from here that the 6 was blocking the 5 ball, and it was not. So. One of these days, I'm going to get me a overhead camera. We can see that table and see those exact angles. Nice run out. Score is now 2-0, David. David plays in a bunch of tournaments around here. He goes up and plays in the Music City Open in Nashville. Music City Classic, is it? But anyway, the big 9-ball tournament there. Alrighty. All right, game 3 here. So I'm not sure if he didn't break them as well or didn't rack them as well. But last time he made 3 balls on break. I think he's got to come up with some type of little safety here on this shot, and I think I'm having a hard time finding one, but I do see one here where he could bump that into the hit the cue ball that path and have the one go into there and end up in this area. I think that would work for him for a nice safety. Sort of, like that, but he needed to bump into that 3 ball to make sure that he, well, I think the path he took with the cue ball was a little dangerous because it was headed toward that corner pocket. But if it had gone the other way, he'd have had the 8 and 6 as blockers, but that's if the 1 ran into that 3 ball for it to hold down below. He can bank this in the side pocket if he wants to, but the problem is the cue ball would not, it stays down in this area, and he doesn't have a decent shot on the 3 ball. So I think he should try to. Oh, look at this! That was really good. He played it off of the 5 with a little bit of inside English. That way it would take off in that direction. I'm a little surprised he shot that because I was thinking that he played a little bit safer game, but it's pretty safe if you make them run out. I think he was a little worried there that the cue ball was going to come up and bury behind that 8 ball. What's strange is, that was one of the most straightforward shots that he's had, and sometimes that happens. You miss shots like that. If he was going to miss a shot, I would have thought it'd been one of the other ones. But now he's got to spin this ball around the table. That's a good shot there. Came up a little close to that 7 ball, and I think he expected it to open up a little bit. When it hit that last rail, it seemed to come off a little short there, but he should have no problem making this ball. Watch out, 9 ball. You can get behind that 9 ball with playing a shot like that. And I think he needed a little shade more top on it maybe to make it kind of curve and come down to totally avoid that 9 ball. Yeah, it looks, it seems to me that obviously Raed's a very good shooter, and I think he may just need a little bit more time on these tables tonight to get the speed, feel of for the speed of the tables, and then he's going to be really killing it because he, like I said, is obviously a really good player. It's just his speed on some of his shape is a little off. Okay, so now the score is 1-2 with Raed breaking. See how he breaks. Does he make the 5 in the corner? Yep, 5 straight into the corner. Can you see that the one ball? I think he can see the one. But it may be a little difficult holding the cue ball or getting the cue ball back into position to make that 2. Does the 2 go into this pocket without curving like that? I think it does. If it does, it won't be that tough because I think he hit that a little thick, and that makes his cue ball not come as far down this way as he might have liked, but he's in line good, and as long as that 2 ball passes this, he's passes that 9 ball, he's good. He came down here to check to make sure that the 4 will go into this hole. I'm not sure what the answer was. I don't think it does. Look at it from this other angle, see if we can tell. No, I don't think it does. You might be able to force it in a valley table. Not force it in, but pocket it on a valley table, but I'm not sure you can make it fall on a diamond table with that little bit of space he has there. Yeah, so obviously he doesn't think he can either, so he's going to try to get the cue ball over into this area where he can cut the 4 into this pocket next. He did not mean to touch that other ball. He was just going to hit this rail and then come over like into this area. Oh, how about that shot, ladies and gentlemen? Beautiful, beautiful shot. He's not getting awarded for it, unfortunately. I believe it clipped that other ball and held it down there. But if it hadn't have done that, it probably worked its way back around for a good shot on that 7. I want to see if he's going to go ahead and open up and bank this, just bank the 7 back up over here. Let the cue ball come around this way for shape for the 8 over here. That's probably what I would go ahead and do. I don't like making the 7 back here because I would be afraid of bumping into my cue ball coming over here, bumping into that 9 and something weird happening, getting hooked. Looks like he's attacking that first bank I was talking about. Well, he threw his hand up as sort of a sorry, apologizing to David. Now on this shot, I think he may have to pull this ball back into here, but I'm not sure. Oh, he's cutting it in the side, so that'll make shape easier. If he, oh, Just got to bear down and stay down and make this one. He did pop up a little bit. I hadn't noticed earlier that's, some people, their normal routine is to, on their final stroke, they start raising up. And that may be his normal routine. We'll have to keep an eye on that on his next few shots and see if he does that regularly, or if it was because of that last shot he had was a little touchy. He knew he had to hit it good, and sometimes you tense up and pull up. But okay, that makes the score 2-2, tied up, with Raed Shabib breaking against David Smith. Again, he made that corner ball in the pocket right away. He didn't get rewarded again for a good break. One good thing though is that I believe he can pocket this 3-ball. He can bank it straight back in the side. It's a little difficult controlling the cue ball though to get shape on that next ball. I would definitely look for a safety here because it is hard to make this 3 in this side pocket and get the cue ball somewhere for the shape for this 4-ball next. Because the tendency is if you hit this at the speed and everything to make this ball, that the cue ball's going to stay in this area somewhere. So he went for the safety. Tough shot here too. I mean, there's no easy safety. He could hit this really thinly and try to come over this way, but it's tough. Really not sure what he was trying to do there. But what I was going to say is if you tried the shot I was talking about coming over this way, then it's so easy to let the cue ball out there and leave him shot in that side pocket. If he was to hit it the soft thin like that. Now he's going to have to draw this cue ball back and put a little bit of speed on it, draw the cue ball back a little bit. And when you do that, tendency is to sometimes you bobble it in these pockets, these diamond pockets. You have to make sure you hit it good. He did. Just a little bit of low right on this one. I'll bring it back out. Or probably wants to come out this line, but shouldn't have any trouble here. At the speed and everything that you have to hit that one, he hit it a little bit harder than I thought he was, but if he'd have hit it a little bit softer, he'd have had to take into account a little bit of curve as well on the cue ball. Because of the bottom right. This is one where you go ahead and hit it in there. I was going to say go ahead and hit it in there and just let the cue ball come around. Instead of a lot of people make the mistake of just babying it and trying to let the cue ball go to right there. And you end up babying it, and you hit the cue ball, the object ball, off to one side or the other of the pocket. Just go ahead and give it a medium wrap and keep everything on line. Okay, the score is now 3-2. Raed Shabib's way. See how he does on this next break here. I expect him to easily make that 5-ball into the corner. That's what he's been doing. Yep, straight into the corner. Both of the guys have been pocketing that ball in the corner, except David, after making 3 balls on one break, the next break he did not make any. So I suspect that he may have missed a little, not racked him as tightly as he did on the previous round. There's Raed. Yeah, on this shot, I think he's going to bring the cue ball around this way, and he should be okay. Just got to bear down and make sure you pocket that ball. It's not a very not much room for error when you're approaching the side pocket of that angle. This can be a touchy shot right here. I'm curious how he's going to approach this shot. There's several ways to do it, drawing it back or coming around 3 rails like he just did. But the problem with that, you see how the cue ball ends up toward the end of the, he might have tried, I think he tried to end up in this area, and I think he might have been better to go ahead and shoot for it to come on over into this area. I think it may have assured himself a little bit better shot. Not sure though. It's hard to tell from over here. And I'm sure a player of his caliber, I'm sure he chose the right shot because he surveyed the table and would know the best way to approach it. Let's see, he's making sure he gets everything frozen there. And so now again we're expecting him to make this 6 ball straight into the corner, and then if something else goes, that's good, but he's going to want to make sure that he has a shot on that 1 ball. And now normally when you play rack your own, they say that the ball doesn't count, the 9 ball doesn't count if it goes in one of these 2 corners. But if it goes into any of the other pockets, it would count as a win. And I've seen a couple of times where they've broken here and the 9 ball's really taken off toward this hole. So we may see a 9 ball fall and get counted as a win in this match before it's over. That was a good safety there. He was really trying to run into this little cluster here, and he could have broken them up just a little bit. Then when he got ball in hand, hopefully, that he would have had a little bit more to work with. But it wouldn't have done him much good if he had made the 1. He could have made the 1 in the corner, but if he did, he wouldn't have had shape on this 2 ball to do anything with it. So he decided to go ahead and play that safety and perhaps mess up that cluster just a little bit to improve his chances of running out should he get ball in hand after that. I see him hitting the one like this, and then hit the cue ball like this. See, I think he could have pulled off what I was talking about and gotten a little bit more distance between the two balls as well. But he felt more comfortable with the hitting it thin. Obviously, now jump sticks are allowed here, so I think he may be getting out that jump stick, and he's going to jump over this 3 ball and hit that one. Not sure what's going to happen after that, though. I think we're going to see some balls go around the table. You know, if he does make that one, he's going to have to make sure that he pulls the cue ball back to get shape. He got a safety here, it looks like. And I don't know if Raed is good with the jump stick, but he's got to jump quickly over that ball. If he's jumping it, he'll have to get up pretty quickly. But I think he's going to kick at it. He could come 2 rails at this ball, and that may give him a good way to play safe. But it looks like he's going 1 rail. So this is. I think he was a little lucky there and a little unlucky. So he was lucky for a moment that the one went in. Then he was unlucky because he doesn't really have a shot on that 2 ball. Now, if he has a path between the 9 and the 3 ball, then he could hit here and then put a little bit of left English on it and then run into this ball and just hope something falls. It looks like the 6 may go into this pocket, but we'll see. Yeah, he doesn't really want to mess that up and not make a ball, because then if he leaves David a shot, he feels like David will be out. You know, be able to run the balls out from there. So I think he may be tying another ball up in the stack there. I think David should just. Well, he's got a couple of choices. One is, I mean, it is 3 fouls. So I mean, he could try to 3 foul him and hit the 2 over this some way and leave the cue ball here, or he could put the cue ball on the other side and knock the. No, I'm not sure if he tried to do that, if he'd have enough room to get that 2 out of there. So he'll just make the 2 ball. I mean, make the 9 ball and the 6. Wish I had a little replay on that. Good shot there. Now, this is the mini tournament for the big tournament that's coming up tomorrow night. $5,000 added. Southeastern 9-ball championship. 128 max players. Race to 11. Double elimination on these 7-foot diamond pro-am tables. The entry fee is $100. Starts tomorrow night at 6:30. Tonight is the mini tournament. Okay, he'll be looking to make that 4 in the corner. And it went straight in as expected. He has a shot on this 1, and he's got a little traffic to avoid there, so he's going to hit it here, make the 1 in the corner, and then let the cue ball come here, this rail, and back out just a little bit for the 2 into the corner next. Well, at least that's what I think he's going to shoot. He hadn't been shooting the. Remember a moment ago, before I started drawing the stuff, I said he has a little traffic to avoid, and that's what I was talking about. Is he had to worry about either running into the 6 ball or the 3 when he was attempting that shape. So I believe he either put too much top on the cue ball, or he put a little bit of left on the cue ball. I don't think he needed any left to pull off that shape, and he needed like midway on the top. You see, he loaded that up with inside English, with left English, to get it to grab that rail and come on over for the 5 ball. Now, I think all he's got to do is hit this with top, and it'll come to this rail and just naturally work its way over this way. I really don't think he needs to do anything special. But that was an option. I started to mention that he could go ahead and try that, because it was pretty safe to try that. Even if he didn't make it, he holds his cue ball in the position. The only problem I would see with doing what he just did is if he happened to not make the 9, and the 9 came around this way and ended up, somehow goofy, bumped this, got between him and his next shot, or maybe it would bump the cue ball into the pocket, as it's running around. But it paid off that time. Okay, he's going to be trying to make the 3 again, that corner ball, the wing ball into the corner. And let's see what happens this time. Remember here, the 9 ball headed a couple of times, or I said it headed a couple of times toward this corner pocket. Let's see what happens to the 9 ball this time. Yeah, it got bumped a couple of times, but and he also didn't make that wing ball. And he's been making with these. Both of them have. All right, I had to step away for a moment. I had somebody come up and ask me a few questions. So what happened? Did they run out a few times while I wasn't looking? Raed has a couple of options here. Let's see. I have a feeling that he's going to go ahead and make the two here and just follow the cue ball up, let it hit there, and come back down. He could, yeah. He's going to run into that 9 ball, I think. That could be really bad. But you know, this shot he's doing here, he's actually made the ball in the corner twice so far. So if he comes around, hits here, and then out that way, make that ball in the corner. Yep. So he's done it 3 times now.
This place got much action.
I think he can thin the side of this ball. Hit the 4 ball thin. If the 6 wasn't there, that's messing up. He could play safe if the 6 wasn't there. But with the 6 there, it's really hard to get the cue ball back out of there and leave the 4 at that end of the table. Yeah, he did an excellent job on that. He hit it really thin, put the spin on it to get it to take off and go around. Yeah, both of these players are top-notch players. Yeah, Raed was definitely wanting to avoid hitting the 9 ball and have the cue ball come on down to this end of the table. A well played shot. If I don't know if Raed owns a jump stick, but if he does, I think this will be the time to get it out and put this 4 into that 9 ball. Yeah, I had somebody ask me how many showed up for the mini tournament tonight. I don't know, but if next time I see Paul, the owner here, I'll ask him and let everybody know. I don't think he's used a jump stick yet. I had a distraction again a little bit ago when at the end of the last game. But looks like he's got the opportunity for another relatively easy jump shot. But obviously he kicks really well. But he is getting his jump stick out. So I believe this is the first time we've seen him use the jump stick. Because again, I'm not sure if he used it on the previous game because I was distracted for a moment. Even if he pockets this one ball, though, it's really difficult to get any type of. Okay, so he's just going to push out and let David deal with that. David's pretty good at pocketing these jump shots. And I think, he could jump this and just go ahead and hit a little above center. Make this in here, a shade above center, and it will go, it could come back down here and bust those balls up. And it could also scratch from there, off of these balls. But he's going to take the jump. I guess he just wanted a little bit more room to jump over the 7. So he pushed out to that point. Just a little bit too much jumpage. And it goes off the table. And David now can take that cue ball, put it right here, and then pocket that 9 in the corner. He's really taking his time to do this, but he's if he's going to try it, he's got to make sure he makes it. So he also got to make sure that he doesn't hit the cue ball twice, you know, because it stops immediately when it touches that two ball. So if you follow through at all, he may hit the so that's why he's jacking up. But you can jack up like that and still hit the cue ball twice. I'm not sure if he has enough, if he can see enough of the two ball to make it in the corner. I wish I could get down to the other end of the table where I could see that. But a possibility, this may be a long shot. It's hard to tell. But it could be that he comes off of the side of this ball. This ball goes across that way. Cue ball here. Oops, I'm not drawing a straight line, but back into there. The three rail, it looks, that's the first thing I thought of, but I don't think you can get, to get the three rail into the, you'd have to come over in here somewhere to get that. And I don't think that's available for him. That's why I suggested that, or not suggested, but pointed out the possibility of that first one where you can make the cue ball go back up there like that. It's very difficult to draw a straight line with a mouse, but hey, I'm giving it a try. I'd like to say thanks to Lindsay Harshbarger for sharing my post on Facebook, and thanks for the few of you that are watching this event here. This is the mini event for the to kick off the Southeastern 9-ball championship. $5,000 added, which actually starts tomorrow night at 6:30. So be here tomorrow night and play in this thing. If you can't play, come up here and watch. If you can't come up here and watch, tune in to Series Pool TV, because I'll be airing it for the duration of the tournament. Well, he got safe here, but let's look at the different angle. But I'm not sure if he can get all the way behind that the two ball or not. But if he can get all the way back into here behind the two ball, he could knock it over there, and the cue ball goes over here and possibly make the three in the corner. Yep, like that, exactly. So he was giving himself two chances. One was making the 9 in the corner, and the other was making the 3 in the corner. And the better of the two occurred, so good for him. And I do see that I'm dropping some frames here, meaning that sometimes you might get the video might not be as good as it could be, but we'll see if we can do something with the network here at Six Pockets before tomorrow night. Maybe close it down where to give me a little bit more bandwidth to give you a better better broadcast tomorrow night. But it looks like it's picking up most of the frames. David Taylor said, "Come on, Dave." I can't monitor all the different modes of communication all the time, but I try here and there to look at Facebook and maybe Messenger and text. But, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff and move these knobs and click on this and that and try to keep up with the game and commentate it at the same time. Good match between these two guys. Let me go over to the screen that shows you the score. 5-4. I guess it's 5-5 now because David is one of those that likes to put his score down after he racks, right before he breaks. I don't prefer to do it that way. I like for that to be the very first thing that I do. I want to mark my score down because that's what counts. All right, we're trying to make that 8 in the corner, and I think he hit it off a little off center where he's been hitting the ball. This should be almost a routine run out for Raed. He's going to drag it a little bit, put a little bit of draw on the ball for it to come back this way, and it's a really touch finesse shot, I think. He didn't finesse it the way I was really talking about, but this is a shot here where David will I think David's going to be forced to hit this kind of soft and just let the cue ball end up right in here. You really don't want to do that and leave yourself that long. Well, with the 2 sitting where it is, if he leaves the cue ball here and he hits it, it's going to be hard to not scratch. So he's got to try to do something. I don't think he can leave the cue ball here and get away with it on the next shot. So that's why he decided to come on, bring it back. He was forced to reach out a little bit more than he would probably like to do. Now this is going to be a cool shot. He's going to hit this ball with a lot of top right hand English. It'll hit here and spin over this way for the. He's really got. Okay, he tried something a little bit different. He cheated the pocket a little bit and tried to stun it over. I'm a little surprised he didn't go ahead and do what I was talking about with the. It wasn't that tough, especially with the cue ball being that close to the object ball being that close to the pocket. See him lean and kick. That time it's funny how we do that, kind of willing the balls to act a certain way for us. These balls make you pay. You make a little mistake like that. You see that a lot more when it's humid, and it's really not humid in here. The back door, the doors have been shut here. It's not like they've been in here leaving the doors open all day or anything. So it's really pretty dry. And like I said earlier, when I played on this table, warming up a little while ago, or just testing out the system here, and noticed that it was really easy to draw the ball, and that's usually indicative of a dry table. So he's going to bring it around. He jumped up a little bit. I said I was going to look at that earlier to see if that's something that he does. Yeah, he comes up a little bit every time. I think that's just part of his routine. As long as you can make that cue ball, the cue stick, go back and through. Where you want it to go. It really doesn't matter if you pull your head up. Some really good players do that, but I would advise against it. You know, if you can stay down and you stay down throughout your shot, stay still and down throughout your shot, but don't forget to breathe. Then you that kind of make sure that you're not coming out of the shot, that you keep everything in line. You don't start tensing up some muscles that you need to use to get that stick going straight through. All right, that'll put Raed on the heel here. This is a race to 7 today. The main tournament starts tomorrow. And this is Raed Shabib shooting here and breaking for the match. And that's his best break yet, but he's going to have to come with a shot here. I suspect that he's just going to cut it in the corner, this corner, and all he's got to do is put a little bit of top on the cue ball, and it'll come here, over here, and then back out a little bit, and he'll be fine. He could cross the ball over, but meaning like here. But I don't know. I think I'd rather just try to cut the ball. I know he's good at cutting the ball. I mean, all really good players can cut the eyes off the ball, so he should be comfortable with his shot. He's over the 6 ball though. That may make things a little tougher. He's just playing safe. He didn't want to fool with it, but I don't know. I think maybe if he was not shooting over that 6 ball, he might have done the cut. I believe that 6 ball kind of changed his mind on that. He was unable to get his bridge hand in the position that was optimal for cutting that 1 ball in. This should be all she wrote here, but you still got to bear down and make these balls. Yeah. See, I think he did that on purpose. You would think, oh, well, he needs to try to get over in here, but if I think he. I was thinking that was a 2 ball sitting there, so. Bad commentator. Yep, that's just the way I'd shoot that shot too. Some people come back this way, but I don't think that's right for that particular shot. And that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good match between these 2 strong players. Raed Shabib beats David Smith 7-5. Okay, Lane and David Smith right on this table. They'll be here in just a moment, so I'm going to stop this thing and start it back. So we'll be right back with you. was thinking it was David Lane. Well, I got the names wrong. It's Raed and Lane playing. Okay, so let me. I'm going to start this and start back. All right, welcome to the Southeastern 9-ball championship mini tournament. It's single elimination 9-ball, race to 7. And now we're looking at Raed Shabib against Lane Gatlin. Raed just beat David Smith 7-5. And Lane played his match. He was the first match on the TV table tonight. And he won his match in about 17 minutes with a straight 7-0 win. So that was a quickie. So hopefully we'll be starting here in just a minute. Raed, I suppose, had to take a short break because he just finished his match just a few minutes ago. So we'll be starting here in as soon as we can. So I'll in the meanwhile, let me let you look at the flyer for the main tournament here, or for the tournament. So tonight is this $35 entry fee 9-ball mini tournament race to 7. And Raed is walking up here. So tomorrow night at 6:30 is the meeting and auction, and that's the Southeastern 9-ball championship. $5,000 added, $100 entry fee. So it should be good. We should have some more big names in here. Looking forward to it. Yep, $5,000 added. Starting tomorrow night, 6:30. Be here. All right, we have a Raed Shabib playing against a Lane Gatlin, and Lane is first to break. He won the flip. They decided to flip instead of a lag. A lot of guys like to do that. I prefer to start pool with pool, so I prefer to lag. And that's what we do in the SeriousPool.com league. If you get a chance, check out the SeriousPool.com league. SeriousPool.com. That 7 did not go in the corner as he was wanting. And it looks like he might have gotten a safety out of it. And the 2-9 is in a... Oops. I'll fix that. $2-9 is in not that's the 4-9, not the 2-9. Is in not so good a position. So he's going to have to do something with that. If whoever plans to start running out is going to have to figure out what they're going to do with that. So that's a good way to start out. I think he could kick in solid. Kick in solid to this. You have to make sure that you kick solid and firm to this, and the 1 leaves the area, and the cue ball stays there like that. Yep. But you have to make sure you hit it firm and hit it solid. If he had actually cut the ball a little bit, it would have gone down into the corner pocket. Well, that's pretty unfortunate to, he hit that really close to really good, and it went really bad for him. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes they go really well for you, and sometimes they don't. You got to take it all. I'm not sure why he came over at that angle. I really don't think he intended to run into that 8-ball at all, because then you take a chance of bumping into the tying up those 2 balls there, and yeah, you don't want to do that. Now, if they were already messed up, already tied up, then I could see him trying to run into it. I think he's going to make this 6-ball on this shot. Yeah. I really think he wanted to push that 4 on up here, but because he's going to be forced to play this ball over here, I think. I'm not. If he's going to put that ball in that pocket, I'm curious what he's going to do with the cue ball. So this should be pretty if he pulls it off well. Yeah, I think that made it even more difficult. I wish I could have drawn out the other option that I was talking about, because the cue ball, I think the cue ball, I think he could have pulled that shot off. He would not have had to worry about those 2 balls. The cue ball would have gone here, there, back to the, and back down that way. But it's too late now to really draw it out where it makes sense. But to avoid that side when he pulls this cue ball back. Yeah, nice shot. He had to hit it hard and not put too much draw on it, because if he hit it softer and draw it, he would have drawn it right into that pocket. That's why he had that extra umph on the ball. Just follow this up to the end rail and back down. Tell you, Lane is really shooting good. He's shooting with a lot of confidence. Nice. He just about overcut that ball. Because a lot of times when it's humid and you hit the ball like that, exactly like he just hit it, instead of it going where it just did, it'll grab that 9-ball and put it right into the center of the pocket. And I think that's kind of what he was counting on. But he almost cut it to where it hit here and then worked his way back out. A lot of times when you're playing with the humid conditions, sticky balls, if they don't clean the balls well enough, often enough, then you end up having to way overcut balls because they grab so much. They stick to each other and carry in the same direction that the cue ball's moving before it releases the object ball. Okay, for those of you saying, oh, the autofocus needs to be turned off, I will make sure the next time I can get my hands on those cameras, I will make sure that my autofocus is turned off. I thought they were, but it appears every now and then they go out of focus and back in, which indicates to me that they may have that autofocus turned on. Let's see if he makes that 7 in the corner, which is what they've been doing pretty often. No, I really think if he hit it just a little bit softer, then the 7 would go in the corner. Just a shade, same angle, same amount of English. Everything else the same, just a little bit softer, and I think the 7 goes in the hole. Yeah, it looks like he can bring that cue ball around. If he hits this thin, he can bring the cue ball around right there. Oh, he's going to go behind the 9, go the other direction. Leave the cue ball right here. Nice shot. There's no good path to that 1 ball other than just the one rail kick, and he's not going to like shooting at that because he's just going to leave Raed a shot on it if he does that. So he's just going to go for tying something up. I don't think it's productive at all to try to kick at that ball. I don't see any good things happening from it. So he'll just move that 7 a slight bit closer to the one ball. Okay, I've got Rick in here joining in with me. How's it going, Rick?
Good.
Thank you for.
I just popped in.
Yeah.
Didn't realize they had a tournament going on.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, we have to kind of keep it quiet over here, though, or they'll give us a dirty look, you know.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube. It's surprising they say, or tournaments, they say, man, they can hear you.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
and it don't seem like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I try to keep as quiet as I can here. Let me turn your volume up here. That way you can talk more quietly. And
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
can you hear yourself okay over the headset? All right, cool.
Kind of see what would you do or what do you think?
Exactly.
Again, right now they're playing cat and mouse.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was saying
If
a
he ain't
moment.
got ball in hand, I don't remember.
Yeah,
He don't
let
have
me
ball in hand.
move this a little closer to you.
Yeah, he's got a ball in hand.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, he's got ball in hand. Well, the way this thing started a moment ago is you see that little cluster there, the 4 and the 1 ball.
Could he get between that 4 and 7 on the other side? That'd be the perfect place to leave that cue ball if he could. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get a rail.
Did the 3 hit a rail?
No, it did not. Nothing hit a rail.
Well,
I'm just watching. You don't have a horse in the race. Yeah. That's sometimes surprising people. Things they don't see things or whatever. Yeah. Now, before that shot, I was thinking if he could get the cue ball between the 4 and 7, he could have set that cue ball right between them.
Yeah, but I don't think he could
it
have.
looks different here than it does when you're at the table.
Right.
I know.
I think he would have done that if he could.
Yeah.
What I was going to say earlier, though, if you look up at the screen in the middle here, is that when it started out, these balls were there, and he didn't have. He was the only shot he had was to kick from here down to here and back up, and it just wouldn't have been productive at all. He would have ended up leaving the shot, so he just bumped.
Might as well time up.
So that's what he did.
Right.
He bumped that.
That
7
was a
up.
great kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It surprises me watching in leagues that people kick for stuff that's very low percentage and they'll break stuff out that's tied up.
Right.
Give them ball in hand or tie something else up. If, you know.
Yeah, that was a good shot there, wasn't it?
Sometimes trying to give advice ain't always that easy. People understand, trying to get them to understand what you're thinking.
Right. Have you seen Raed, the guy shooting now, shoot before?
He's familiar, but I've probably seen him before, but I don't know who he is or where he's from. But he's familiar, so I believe I've seen him in here before.
Yeah.
You know, one of their
I don't know that I
tournaments.
played him here, but I think I played him in the Music City
Where's he
Classic.
From? Is it, you know?
I've got to actually have his Facebook open here. Let's see.
Let's see. Where did he come in from? Like I say, he's from familiar.
I think he's from a couple hours away somewhere, but I'm not sure.
Mississippi or something.
Let's see. Nashville.
Okay.
So it's not too far away. And that's where I played him. I played him a couple of times in the Music City event a couple of years ago.
So you playing this tonight or no?
No.
Okay.
And I was planning on playing in the big event, but I think I'm just going to focus on Serious Pool TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed when Serious Pool kind of died out over here. Maybe one day we'll get enough people interested.
Well,
I missed it. I missed them games.
It's starting back now. I'm trying to get it started back here. I believe I told you how I've changed the format to where it's quicker.
I've heard somebody
now.
say, I still like all three games.
Yeah.
Some people think it just takes too long.
Right, and so I believe with this new quicker format that we'll have a lot more people getting into it.
Well, I'd be interested, but I might be going to work till the end of the year. So I got a call about work and had to cancel a vacation to do it. They said talking 7/12 the rest of the year, and it was pushed back from this Monday to September 18th, so that's 3 weeks. So if I can handle the schedule and do what they want done, money would be nice.
Right.
Otherwise, I'd be interested.
Well, that was a really nice kick
That was
there.
nice. And it
Very
opened him
well.
up.
Yeah, it
opened
is.
the tables open.
He's still got to do a good shot here to make this
Right.
and
Close
get
together.
shape.
It's not easy to follow that. That's funny.
Yeah.
I got back playing a couple years ago, and I've been away from it for a long time. Finally got familiar with the diamond tables and some of that, and kind of figured out that what I call the kill English. And it's like, man, when I used to play 30, 35 years ago, we didn't play English like that, or at least I didn't. I was like, did they invent something new? Or it's just some people knew and they didn't share. Because it was, for me, it was kind of new, and it's a great tool if you learn to use it.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can get that cue ball to do.
When I first did you see the shot he just shot where he brought it around this way and he came really close to that pocket. And
you don't got to go that hard. As close as that far as to that side pocket.
Well, but the thing is, these are blue label diamonds here.
Don't know the difference.
Well, I'm circling the blue there.
Oh, those diamond. Okay.
But they're blue label. The older ones, the red label ones, will come off really short. So the first time I ever played it on a diamond table was up at the Derby City Classic.
Overhitting?
And well, it's not overhitting. It's just that when I hit it into this corner, I expected it to come like this, but those red tables come like this, and I scratched right in the corner. But anyway, speaking of having to get used to diamond tables.
That 8-ball, I was thinking that was the 4-ball, so I was thinking that's what he played.
Yeah.
That's why I say he didn't have to hit as hard.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Sometimes the colors.
Yeah.
Just, I watch it at home and I can't tell what the colors are sometimes.
He's going to have to be careful here.
It's the same shot. Play without hard, it's like a stop shot, a little bit of kill. It'll go straight up the rail and bounce back. It's no matter how hard you hit it. You don't want to keep it on top of that ball. Otherwise, anywhere you probably got a shot reasonably. Yeah. Aggressive. Oh, it didn't look that. Well, again, from here, it didn't look like that hard of a cut. Sometimes they're different from here than they are on the table.
Yeah, I think he needed that finesse draw-like shot that you were talking about, and
I'm not sure.
He just, I'm not sure. Maybe he miscued or something. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it didn't look like that tough of a angle. But I find I get in more trouble when I try to play the soft, careful,
Yeah,
as opposed
yeah.
to aggressive.
I was explaining that earlier
Go after it.
on here, that a medium shot is preferred sometimes over that really soft, delicate shot, because goofy things can happen.
Yeah, there's some people that preach that don't move it any more than you have to, nice and soft, and that's fine for the shots that it works. But when people are soft and careful and trying to hold it, and then the ball runs right up, you're on top of it.
Exactly.
You should have been more aggressive and get around it.
Yeah.
Give yourself more room,
Right.
just so you don't ruin the next shot. You at
That's
least have
right.
a chance. Don't take away your chance at a shot.
I don't know how many times I've told that to people that I play with that don't play as much as you and I do. You know, that hitting it soft is not always the best thing to do.
Well, being able to hit it different is tools in your arsenal. It's recognizing when, and also knowing where your strengths and weaknesses are, as far as, punching a ball in or just rolling it smooth on the long shot. You got to know what you're more likely to not mess it up.
Here's a shot where he's going to have to. He's going to put this up there, but he needs to hit
if
high.
If he hits it smooth, he can follow it past that pocket.
But he's got to get on. He's got to get on up here, though.
Right.
It's the problem.
I don't think he's got to punch it, though. Just
no, he
smooth.
doesn't have to. No, it's smooth.
You don't got to get too far for the 3-ball.
He's got to get up there a little bit. What I'm trying.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What I'm trying to say is he can't leave it down here, because then he gets in the trouble area. He had to get up here where he could follow the cue ball down.
Yeah. I see your angle.
He might have could have left it up in here and played the 3-rail around.
That one was doable.
This way.
But yeah, no, I see what you're talking about. Sometimes the little things.
Now he's gonna leave the cue ball back here behind these balls, I think.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice time.
I think Raed was probably reaching for his jump. Well, no, he doesn't have his jump stick out yet.
Someone can jump him that close. It gets harder.
Well, yeah, he had one this close earlier, but turned it down, and he did a push shot, a push out to just a little bit further.
Make it more
and
comfortable.
his opponent looked it over and then said, "Go ahead," and he shot it.
Yeah.
He's a good kicker, though. He has made 3 2-rail kick shots where he made the ball. So far in his previous match, Raed did.
Well, I wish I was better at seeing the lines that some people can do, not just to hit the ball, but how you hit it. Then you can try to play safes and stuff too.
Well, I used to didn't have a clue on the kicking, but I know some techniques now that really just make it easy. 2-rail kicks, 1-rail kicks.
I admit I'm more instinct, but sometimes when we overthink it, if we just walk up and look at a basic 2-rail and then make a minor adjustment, it ain't too bad whether you're just winging it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know the systems of, like some people use, and there's ones that know theirs and really are decent at them. It's impressive. It's real impressive.
I'm surprised that he pocketed that ball there.
He didn't have to cut it that close.
It could stay. That one can stay up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this one, you just follow it up to the rail and back out a little bit. I didn't draw my line very well, but
mostly it's just make the ball.
Yeah, just make the ball.
Don't
Just hit
it real hard.
A little above center, and it just rolls up there.
Don't hit it hard enough to scratch.
All right, well, he's doing to Raed what he did to the first guy he played earlier. He beat the guy 7-0 in 17 minutes.
Wow. Was he running the racks?
No.
Or just controlling the table very well?
I mean, he was running and controlling, but it wasn't like 7 straight racks.
Right. Yeah. I don't have the hunger the game that I guess I did years and years and years ago.
I'm the same way.
That's some leagues and. Yeah,
that's what I've been telling people.
Once Blue Moon might do a tournament, but it's not hungry.
I'm the same way. I still love the game, but I'm not hungry to prove anything anymore. It seems like.
What I like about leagues is if I got people on a team that want to learn and will listen, that's rewarding when you got somebody that you can share and they listen to try to understand what you're explaining, and you see them progress.
See them
That's
improve.
what I enjoy about it.
Yeah, I've told people when I teach, they ask if I like to teach, and I go, yeah, if the people are willing to learn and they
Right, if they don't want to hear it.
if they're and a lot of times people will say that they want you to tell them something, but they don't want to hear it. They don't really want you to tell them.
Yeah, try giving your wife advice.
Well,
They told me don't worry about it. It's common.
Yeah, my wife's good about that, actually. We used to play some Scotch doubles together, and I'd point my finger there, and she would just hit right through there, and it was good. It wasn't APA Scotch doubles, but it was Scotch doubles where you could actually coach on every shot, and so that was really nice.
Wow. It almost looks like he's wanting to cut that to that left corner, and I just don't see that.
No, I don't.
Just
see
looking
that.
the way he's looking at it.
Why not?
Surely not.
Why not just cut it? He can't.
Unless he's the cue ball.
Why not just cut it in the side, and the cue ball comes around like this for the three next.
Like
He's playing safe.
Right, that's what I say.
He's just going to leave the cue ball.
Sometimes you think where the cue ball is, you hit it too hard.
Yeah, that safety was too difficult.
It was doable,
so
but he had a shot. It's deciding to go for it or not.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, in leagues, I'm trying to play more, not play safe on people when I'm supposed to be the better player. If I got something to go for, I'm trying to go for it. And you win or lose, hey, if you lose, you lose. Mm-hmm. But, trying to go for it. He's like, well.
Yeah, this is
supposed to be the gimmies.
Yeah.
At this point.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I try and tell people. Sometimes people in leagues is you get to a point in a game, if you're just a halfway average player, and you look and everything's open, you got an easy shot, take them one at a time. You're supposed to look at that as a gimme, and if you don't get out, you got to be saying, what do I need to work on?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're giving a game away.
Yeah.
So where do you go to get on the 8? You follow it to 9 or go around the table? These are the ones that are tricky.
Yeah.
You gotta do something.
I would have to get on the shot and see
You
where
could follow
I'm
it
at.
if you could miss the 9, but you
or
gotta
just or even
just
run it
soft, smooth.
or even run into the 9, because if he could,
As long as it didn't feather it and then hook you.
yeah, if he can hit it right there where he drops there, then we're fine, because he pushes the 9 toward the hole and he's got a straight in shot on the 8.
Well, I think he has to try real hard to hit the 9.
No,
I think he could follow past it, but we'll see what he does.
No.
Okay, he's getting aggressive.
That was the other path I was going to say that he could take.
But those are one of those, right? You got to give thought to them.
Yeah.
What do you feel like your best chances?
That's right. You have to visualize them, and if one of them.
That one was a matter of not missing the ball.
If you're visualizing them and you see something bad happening on one of them, you don't shoot that shot.
Right. Well, you're trying
you
to
pick another one.
I see people pick shots all the time with ball in hand, and I says, pick something where, how can I get in trouble if I go to that pocket? Maybe you hook yourself, go to another pocket where that's not part of the equation.
Yeah, make sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep talking too loud. I can't believe it carries that much.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that sound must travel.
Yeah, well, you were getting into it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you were a little excited about that, and I understand that. Me too. He's going to cut that all the way down and just let the cue ball go back and forth.
Yeah.
I think
it's a doable shot. He should go for it. He should say, I'm good enough, and I'll go for it. Nope.
He's jumping up on the shots. He doesn't usually do that.
Well, you take that shot if he wasn't playing a tournament, you'd say, I'll bet you $20, and he'd take the shot every time and say, I'm supposed to.
Well, I'm dropping a few frames now, so meaning that the broadcast is not as strong as it should be
Oh,
right now. But
I don't know much about this stuff. Not real tech savvy.
okay, the score is now 1-3.
So he got on the board.
So,
That's the
yeah.
first thing. He got on the board,
Mhm.
and he's shooting. Sometimes you look at them and your first thoughts are you know what you would do, whether you're not going to go for one or play it safe. Good effort.
Yeah, that's
Come
the
out
shot I
all right.
would have taken there. I mean, I think it all lined up. It's just
Yeah.
you can miss them.
I was thinking safe from the beginning. Just
Yeah.
it wasn't an easy shot, but he did have a natural shape.
Yeah, he had a shot on that 9 ball just then, didn't he? I mean, he came close to actually hitting the 9 ball in. I kind of figured he was trying to go in behind the 9 ball, but he may have actually been trying to pocket it and play safe at the same time.
He's got a shot to go to make it.
Yeah, he can make this
Don't
and
hit it
come
too
into the
hard. Don't
corner
wanna-
and back up
don't
here
wanna
for six.
scratch. Yeah, it's a natural. Play it soft so you don't scratch. Yeah, he's in good shape.
Yeah, this one here,
Four
though,
ball's the toughest one. What's he doing? Oh,
yeah, that's the
what's that ball in the bottom right?
4 ball. Yeah, look at the
Okay.
table for a moment.
It messes me up. The
Yeah.
screen still looks like that's a 2 ball.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I try and watch it on YouTube at home, and sometimes I just can't tell what the balls are. And that's the 7 by the 6. I thought that was the 4 earlier. Yeah. I see you get aggressive, bring the cue ball up to the middle table or through them. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shot. And if he
Yeah.
runs into the back of the 7, he's still
Right.
okay.
It doesn't hurt nothing.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice touch. Well, it looks like we're getting a match out of this.
Yeah,
one.
finally.
Kind of a slow start, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that's how it goes. Get something going. A little rhythm. Now, I'm not sure, is this the final for this tournament?
I don't think so. I've
Okay.
not seen the chart at all.
Okay.
They're just telling me who's playing, and I punch them in.
I was thinking Paul had said the last one was to get to the final, and maybe this one's also to get
Yeah.
to the final.
Let me move this just a little bit. There we go. Now it's pointing at your mouth. Yeah, that's better already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the 2 ball,
Yeah.
and there's the 4.
Looking at the screen, just like on TV, you don't always see the angles that really are there.
Yeah.
So he's trying to judge.
That's why I like to go back and forth between these two to give.
He's
give
got
an
more
idea.
angle than it looks like on the screen. I think he could actually foul it and miss the 9 and come up back towards that 5 ball. Ultra aggressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I shoot that shot too.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty aggressive.
Yeah. Like I say, that kill English is amazing. What you can get, the angles you can surprise yourself with.
I think he's just got to play a stop shot here and take that long shot on the 3 ball.
If he's got some angle, he could foul it, but then that can happen.
That's right. I think he'd have been okay the other way, just taking a long shot on the 3.
Like I said, I'll sometimes, if you're going to go for it, I'd like to have seen him come out better with the cue ball to say maybe it was worth going for.
Yeah. See if Lane pops up here on this shot. He did just a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, it should be an easy out.
You think he's going to play the combo next, or try to get hard shape?
I'd play the combo. It's an easy enough combo.
Yeah, but you know what I think he tried to do then was go ahead
Maybe
and
make the 8.
make it then, yeah.
But
But either way, if he doesn't make it, he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an easy enough combo.
Right.
As opposed to trying to get good shape and then getting just a bad angle.
He could have gone at that one either way, drawing it back the way he did, or go off the rail.
Right, a lot of options. Good out.
And if you want to see a replay of anything, I've got the iPad running here. And that's the actual what everybody else is seeing. So.
If you look it up on TV or whatever.
So this is a little bit of delay because it has to go to the server over the web and then come back to here. So. All righty. So what are we looking at here? We've got
2 to 4. 2 to 4, and Lane's got the break.
But he normally marks his score up? Has he already done it?
I think so.
He normally waits till right before he breaks to mark it up.
That I don't know.
He seemed like he rushed a little bit that time, rushed the whole process. That may be why he scratched.
He kind of got lucky with that. What is it, 7-5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5-7.
2-7-5
yeah.
there.
Unless he wants to get a little, yeah.
So we'll get a different look at it here. Down the pike.
Balls up the other end don't let you break them loose and know you'll get a shot at that 3 ball. Unless you go to that side pocket and get aggressive. But that 4 is in the way of the 3.
But if he can make
unless he can follow it over.
He can one possibility, if he wanted to get aggressive, is to I don't like the other thing I was talking about. I don't really like. But if he did want to get aggressive, he could get the right angle, make this 2 in this pocket, and then come off the side of this 5 ball to make so he's coming off of the 5 to get shape. It's touchy with the cue ball that close to the rail. It's tough.
Moving parts, but
exactly that. You
just decide if you're going to go for it, and
then do it. Commit to
make
it.
the best plan and rate. Don't hold back. Go for it. Right. Because it didn't pay to not try to get them balls loose somehow.
Yeah.
I don't see him thinking about the 9 ball, not unless he has the right angle.
Now drag it back just like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's going to use the 9. He's going to push the 9 toward the pocket over there a little bit, but not much.
No reason to get crazy.
No, just want to get it out of the way of the shot here, though. See, it is. It's good. It's out of his way. He shot that a little different from the way he hit it a lot harder than I would have, I think, on that shot.
I like the angle he ended up with, though.
I know. That's why he hit it that's why he hit it that hard. But I would have dealt with it because I would have been afraid to bobble it down.
The harder we hit him, that's when we're more likely to rattle him. Yeah.
Wow.
And again, on the screen, it didn't look like as tough of an angle, but the cue ball's still going to run somewhere.
Yeah.
And
All right, we're at the minis of the Southeastern 9-ball championship. Got Rick here helping me out for the minis here. This is race to 7 tonight, single elimination. And let's get back to the action.
see, they got a big one tomorrow night, $100 entry.
Yep, $100 entry fee, $5,000 added to the
Wow.
event.
No telling what kind of players might show up for that one.
Should be some pretty strong ones.
I definitely want to come in and watch some of that.
Yeah, I think the really big contributor is this Decatur Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we'd like to thank them for putting some money into this event.
Well, didn't quite get the hook. Didn't leave a pocket, but got to debate what he wants to do. 2 balls tied up, I think.
Well, that's the 4-ball down here.
Yep, 2 balls
Yep.
up there. You're right.
There's no way that I would try for the 1-7 combination.
I don't know if he was looking at 7 as opposed to the 9. But I'd be thinking, can I bring the cue ball back behind that
Right.
2-5? I'm still not sure which ball he was actually
No.
shooting at.
I got a feeling he may have done exactly what he was doing, just trying to come off the edge of the 7 to make the 1 do
Just
like
to-
it did, and that way it goes
Maybe.
where maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He controlled his cue ball, so
Yeah.
that might have been what he was after. But yeah, he didn't have a pocket.
He's made a few shots jumping, but it hasn't been a bank shot until now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done. I bought a jump break stick when I got back playing and haven't taken it apart and seeing if I can kind of figure out and get a jump stick in my arsenal or a jump shot in my arsenal. When I used to play, there wasn't jump sticks. We jumped with our sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I put off for a long time getting a jump stick, but then I found that, I was at the disadvantage to all these other people that had them.
They're better than just using your own stick. But I remember when I was out in San Diego playing. I remember one time on a 9-foot tables on a pool hall downtown, I jumped over a ball and then massaged the ball and made the shot that I was shooting at. I just thought it was the best shot I've ever shot in my life. Oh, man.
What in the world?
Ball. He was going for some kind of a combo and ended up making the 9.
Well, he was trying to make the 9, but not the way it just went.
I don't know if he was trying to make it or not. Sometimes it just things happen, but I ain't sure what he was actually going for. But hey, take him when you get him. That's 9 ball. Five to 3. Race to 7.
And we're looking for that ball to just go into that pocket. Nope, it got kissed.
Don't look like the 4 goes by the 9. But 3 ball's in a position where, he can at least get in there and if he wants to move him around. Slow up ball.
He should be able to follow this up and out without too much trouble.
Sure don't look
Oh,
like
he
much
can pull
angle.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't have much angle. Oh, wait.
he didn't have much angle, but I don't think you need it because it scrapes off that rail, gives you a little bit of right English on it just by scraping the rail. And
Drives me
I don't think
crazy in leagues. And people get ball in hand and they take straight in. They keep setting it straight in. Keep telling them, angles are your friend.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a lot of angle to move
Well,
the cue ball.
here's where we get the answer to the question, does that ball pass the 9?
Unless you're going to go soft and leave the cue ball right on the 9. Or maybe it crosses or passes.
It passes.
Yeah. Just in case it didn't go. If it rattled, you'd still have him kick.
Yeah, I would pull this ball back. And
Play 6 inside.
Play 6 inside, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a big table player, and I play more in the side pocket than a lot of the players that play on the small tables all the time.
I'm going to say when I say our minds, I'm thinking me. I always thinking the closest pocket ain't always the best shot, but if you can do something simple around it, you're reducing your chances of rattling the ball. But it's not always the best.
This is a tough shot here.
Right. This one is, I was talking about hitting it soft, trying to control it, or get more aggressive.
But he can also hit it, and the cue ball comes all the way down into here too far.
Yeah. Or get more aggressive. Make sure you make it, and just take what you get.
Yeah.
I don't believe he had to. I don't know who he was talking to over there. I have no idea what they're talking about over there.
I think. I think one person thought the other person was lucky, and voiced his opinion.
I don't believe he had to hit the 8 with the cue ball to be aggressive, but the shot was not real hard to make it. He just had to let it go to do it.
Yeah.
He's on the hill. And if and when somebody gets lucky, it's 9 ball. Get over it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's 9 ball. It's pool.
Rolls happen. Luck happens.
Play
I don't care how good
chess.
you are.
Play chess if you don't want luck.
It's going to happen. And hey, you got to not let you think like you're somehow everything's against you. It's just take it if you get it.
I kind of look at it as luck is like a flip of a coin, and it goes both ways.
And sometimes it goes in straight.
It's going to go their way. Sometimes it does, but then I figure, okay, I'll be
right.
If
just as likely.
I'm going to get a streak in a little bit, to keep things at 50%.
And if you don't, and something happens, no, that's not Lane's fault.
Look at that.
He drew it into the side pocket. Was that luck? No, that wasn't luck. It was just, what could have happened on that shot? You could draw it too far in the side pocket.
Or you take a different angle.
Something,
too,
again, recognizing what could go wrong.
And you avoid that area.
Try to avoid it.
I equate it to golf a lot, and I say avoid that sand trap, avoid that lake. See where the areas that are bad, and don't go there.
Or you lay up sometimes.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But I mean that But I mean, that was unfortunate, but it wasn't bad luck, really. He just made a mistake.
I'm surprised on that shot that he came off that and came back down here.
Yeah,
When I felt
a lot
like
more aggressive
he
than
could
he
have just
needed to
come
be.
over this way,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't have had to worry about.
Right. Right, the angle wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
He-
So, but you know, they're out there with the pressure on them and
That's
all.
right.
It's a
different.
little
Sitting
different.
Watching. That's right.
It's always easy from here.
Yeah. Armchair quarterback. Oh,
That doesn't have to fall.
well, this one
Shoot the
doesn't have to
shot
get
like
down
that.
there either. You cut it or you bank it. Well, if it's far enough down, he'll cut it. I think it's far enough past the side pocket. Yeah. His back's against the wall.
Yeah, that seems to me that the whole time he's been playing, his speed has been a little bit off. Even in his previous match, it seemed like his speed is just not really there.
He
Shot making's
didn't-
there, but
didn't exactly have enough of the angle that he wanted to play that last one. You know, you get too aggressive, you give yourself a tougher shot on the 9. He could, if he wanted to get closer to it, he could have been more aggressive and brought the cue ball back and forth to get closer. Just make sure he comes short of the side pocket. But sometimes you're better off just don't get aggressive. Give yourself credit for making a longer shot so you don't get in trouble or get a bad roll.
well, he got a good roll then.
Nice open table.
Yeah, he didn't take very long at all racking the balls. Did you notice that? I was a little worried that he might have
I
given
think he's a
himself
little
bad
irritated.
round. Yeah.
What do you follow this one cross side? Play the 2 down and bring the cue ball over so you got the 3 in the other corner.
Well, I think he's going to look really close at it
Play
to see
the cue ball come over here.
if it'll go here. I mean, because
Well,
he
that's
can
true.
come here,
That's true.
And
The
then back
combo's
over in
easy,
here.
but he might have half a pocket.
and
there.
then if he's got half a pocket,
Yeah.
then he'll have his choice. If he can get this angle, then he could go this way with it or
if he-
that way.
If,
But
if he ain't sure, you could shoot it and bring the cue ball across to be able to play the 3 up.
yeah, if
but
if
that-
he's not sure, he just sure doesn't need to try to play it there.
You certainly can't get too aggressive in getting that side pocket because he wants to get on top of the 3 to come down for the 4. That's the problem.
Right. He could play for the combo on the 6, but then you have to worry about the
See, he did what my first thought was. Yeah,
Right.
and now you got to.
yeah.
I think he
I think
can pull
bring
that
it up.
one.
I think he can bring the cue ball over like that now.
Look at that TV. I can't tell which angle he really has.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's
it-
really
it
hard to
looks
tell.
Straight.
I think he's got a little bit of angle. I think you'll see him pop it. right
If
here.
he don't, he could pull it down without scratching, and he'd still
Yeah.
have a shot.
Yeah, you just got.
gotta worry about the 9.
You've only got this amount of area to
Yeah.
land in, though.
Right. Well, let's
So-
see what he does. See what angle he's got to work with.
Yep, that's going to be good. I think. Nope.
Too hard.
Yeah, that just wasn't much area to land in right there.
Like you said, it's easier
He-
watching than it is when you're
Yeah.
actually trying to do it.
He's kicked this shot in 3 times so far since he's been playing on this table.
He'll go 2 rails.
Yeah, so here,
Right.
there, and that ball goes in.
It's just a natural shape
This
if he
ball
was to
just-
get lucky, or not call it luck. If he gets it, you can't call it luck. It's a good shot.
He's giving himself a good chance to make this, and he should put a little speed on it too because he needs it
Right.
to
He still might
come
get a
off
leave
that.
if he doesn't
come,
make it.
come off that rail, and it needs to come on down here. He won't have a shot on that 6.
Right. He might make it the side.
Or get safe.
And if not, he's got 6. Now, luck happens. It can go either way.
It does. I like coming into this way
I was just going to say 2 rails out of the other corner.
because you can
It's
make
about the only thing he's got.
because you can make this even if you hit it on this side
You got
over here.
sideboards.
It hits the
Right.
the 6 and still goes in.
You got more opportunities. If he gets the rail and then hits it, he still
Yeah, if you
might get something.
if you try one rail like this, you don't. You can
Oh,
only
he's-
go right there to make
He's
it.
going 3.
Could he not? What? How? Could
don't
he
know.
not get it?
No,
get to
no,
it this way?
he went 3 around. We were
Oh, I know.
talking, and I saw him line it up.
Oh, I know he went that way, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, could he not go the direction I was just talking about?
Well, it was
Man.
down towards the side pocket a little bit. I think it was still doable, but apparently he didn't like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, he made his choice, and it didn't work out for him.
Yeah. This is okay. He can make that, and he just goes bump here.
Yeah, I'd go in the corner and bring it down. Just focus on making the ball. Cue ball is a natural. Don't
Yeah.
scratch in the corners. All he's got to not do. I was surprised he followed the cue ball like he did. I'm thinking holding it to the bottom rail, you know?
Oh, no, that's the exact path. I don't know if you looked up here, but that's what I drew.
What's that? That he did?
Exactly what he did is what I drew on the table. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Lane Gatlin wins 7-4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not sure who plays next, but I'm going to stop this broadcast. I'd like to thank
Well,
Rick
I
for
enjoy talking, yeah. My beer's
commentating with
empty.
me.
I need to go get one.
All righty then. Thanks again, Rick.
I enjoyed that.
Thank you. And
Yeah, I remember him talking sometimes.